morning, all. I am playing with my acrylic today, and what I've done is I've gone in with my black acrylic and I've made little lines, and I've just kind of put it in different shapes all along the nail. And now what I want to do is I want to fill up the ridges with color, and then I'll be able to file and get a nice design in my acrylic. So what I've done is I have a little bit of Glamming Glitz. Which one is this? Femme Fatale. And also Out the Door Northern Lights. This is a holographic acrylic, but it's a deeper blue. And I have both of them here, and I mixed them with a little bit of clear just because I don't want them to be so opaque. They'll be very opaque anyway, but I just wanted to lighten them up and give them a little bit of strength. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to put on my nails today. So what I'm going to do is, I think for the first one, I'm going to start with some of the blue. And I'm just going to fill those ridges. I'm just going to come over like I'm capping any other nail that I do. Oh, that's a nice deep blue. Oh, the sparkles are fabulous. And I think what I want to do is almost give it an effect. So I don't necessarily want it to be the same, or really with a good line along here. I'm not saying it right. It's like it's almost like an ombre, but not an ombre. It's almost like I want it to kind of just go its own way. So I don't want it to have a straight line like a smile line or anything where the colors meet. I want it to kind of go more fantastical, like more, oh God, I'm not explaining myself this morning. I'm very sorry. I want it to be more natural. Like, I just want you to put down the color, or I'm just putting down the color and letting it go whichever way it kind of wants. So if you see here, my line is really not straight or anything like that from the blue to the pink. I kind of want to give it more of like, I want this to be almost like when we go to file it and we get all I want it to be very artsy, so I don't want anything to be too perfect. I'm going to just take a little bit more for here. It just seems a little low. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that on all the nails. I don't have any rhyme or reason to how I'm putting it down. I think this time I'll put the pink up here. I did not take enough. I watch my acrylic to make sure it all gets wet. I think on this one I'm gonna do something a little bit different, so they're not all the same. I think I'm gonna come down the side like this with my acrylic. I don't know if you can see that. So I want to give it almost like different shapes, like you would if you went on and just painted rainbow on the nail or whatever. I want it to be more natural the way it wants to go. Boy, that blue is fabulous. So sparkly. Ah, you don't put it on me. I I am keeping it a little bit wet because I want it to get down into those ridges of my design that I've made there. And it is going to be fairly bumpy and kind of a weird texture, but it's okay. You're going to be filing. It's going to look pretty messy while you're doing it, but the filing will make everything really nice. So I'm going to continue doing this. This is not, believe it or not, it's a long nail art because that's why I did all these ahead of time. I just played. I just sat there with the acrylic, playing them into different... So it takes a while. It took me a good hour just to put that on the way I wanted it. You don't have to be as... You can do any kind of design. You can do swirls, anything. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to put the acrylic on and then let it dry. After it's dried, that's when I go in with, I would say hand file more than electric file, but because they're on these little things here, I find electric file, but I'll use a sanding band, not a really harsh file. I'll use something very light and I'll just gently, you have to be very gentle with these or else you can go right through it. So you want to be very, very gentle. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill these. And then I'm going to file, which will take a while on these things. And then I'll be back to show you my result. And then we'll see what we're going to do after that. And here are the completed nails. So I went and I filed them down a little bit, put some top coat on. Really not that difficult. It's actually really easy. I was thinking about maybe giving them a little bit of paint on top, but you know what? It's just so pretty just on its own. I didn't want to really change the effect at all. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in my box for when I want to use them. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.